So finding a spot on your mat, hands and knees, and we're just going to start off with the shoulders stacked over the wrists, the hips stacked over the knees. Now right here, I just want to take a couple of moments. I want to lengthen through my neck. I want to think about drawing the shoulder blades down the back, and I want to draw the abdominals in tight. I just want to take some deep breathing here. I want to feel the rib cage expand in that 360 range. And then exhale, contracting. Continue with that full deep breath. And I want to feel grounded through my hands, but I don't want to be too load-bearing in my wrists. So curl the fingertips in just a little bit, distributing that weight through your hands. Continuing with that deep breath cycle, shoulders are down your back, lengthening through the head. I'm just going to take some easy little shoulder shrugs. So I want to slide my shoulders to my ears and then pull down my back. Just kind of waking up some different parts here. And go ahead and bring it back to that neutral place. And we're going to do some scapular protraction and retraction. I'm going to float my rib cage forward and then press the floor away. Rib cage comes up. Now as I'm going through this, I still want to keep the abdominals connected, but I also want to think about engaging my pelvic floor. So really drawing yourself in nice and tight, big press away, rib cage floats down and up. One more, and then go ahead and just find a neutral place here. We're going to take some cat and cow breaths. I'm going to take a look ahead, and I'm going to draw my tailbone up slightly. I don't want to pooch my belly forward, so I want to keep this sucked in nice and tight. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to round. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Let's inhale, take that tilt, looking out ahead, scoop the belly, exhale, and round. Let's take one more here. We'll exhale and come back into this neutral spine. I'm going to take my right arm, or left arm, excuse me, and reach it nice and long and just circle up and back, moving through that shoulder, keeping this strong abdominal connection. And one more, this direction, reverse. Pulling that arm as full range of motion as you can. Spread the weight through the fingers. And one more, go ahead and come down to the floor. And other arm, we're going to reach it out nice and long and take it up and around. Now we're a little different on each side, so we want to really focus on keeping that full, strong range of motion, nice and controlled. And let's go ahead and reverse that. Keeping that belly drawn in, navel to spine. And go ahead and take that hand down to meet the floor. And we're just going to take a little press back, hips over your heels. Nice long reach, child's pose. Bringing it up into tabletop again. I'm going to turn my toes, and we'll take an inhale. On the exhale, press, pushing back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here, pedal through the legs, separating the feet as you need, and spread the weight through the fingers. We're going to push the chest in the direction of the feet. Now, just real quick, while you're looking here toward your feet and knees, if your knees are slightly rotated in, I want you to think about slightly externally rotating the hips. So just think about slightly turning them out and really keeping everything square. My heels are pressing to the floor, and I'm going to lift and lower. Nice and long here, through the back of the leg, pushing the chest in the direction of your feet. One more, press and hold. We're going to take a little round forward. So here's our cat and cow again. So rounding forward, a little cat stretch into your plank. So if you need to adjust a little bit, you can. I'm going to bend my knees and press my tailbone back and up into my down dog. So scoop the belly, round forward into your plank, nice and long. Knees bend, drive the tailbone back and up into that down dog. scoop the belly, round it forward. Nice and long here, guys. And knees bend. We'll take this and hold it in our down dog. And I'm just going to walk my feet a little closer and a little further apart. I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to bring my left hand more to center. Right arm is going to take a little twist and reach. So you can reach for your knee, your calf, or your ankle. And bring it in. Switch hands. Left hand reaches across. And bring it in. Let's take another side, please. And getting that little look under the arm. And back to center one more time, guys. Taking that reach, that twist, that look. And separate those hands. Press into your down dog. And we're just going to lower knees to the mat. Knees are open. And I'm just going to bring this down into a wider child's pose. I'm going to settle down in the space between my knees. Give your hands a little break, a little open and close. Give those wrists a little rotation if you need that as well. We're going to bring this up. I'm going to come back into tabletop, and this time we're going to do some disco kitty. So I want you to think about your rib cage doing this big circle. So a little bit along the lines of our cat and cow, but we're going to get into some spaces that maybe we didn't target that first time. So again, bringing it into your hands and knees and lengthening through the top of the head. Now I'm just going to take my ribs toward one side and then circle down and around and up. So just drawing a really big circle with your rib cage. And I'm not really leading this with my belly. So I want to think about keeping that navel to spine connection. I sometimes feel some nice little cracks and pops on this one. All right, go ahead and take it the other direction. Nice and smooth, controlled movement here. One more. And let's go ahead and bring it down into this neutral spine, lengthening through the top of the head. We're going to take right knee toward our nose and extend that leg in opposition. We're going to reach this left arm nice and long. So finding this long line, I want to try to keep my right foot about hip height. So if you're kind of low, squeeze those glutes, lift it into place. Take an elbow to knee, a little curl, reach, extend, and curl, reach, extend. Now let's get one more and hold it here. I'm going to bring my hand to the back of my head, and I'm going to drop my knee down. I'm going to drop my elbow down, and we're going to do a little hydrant. So a little lift and lower. The arm mirrors the leg and lift. Let's get one more, guys. Lift and set it down. Go ahead and extend that leg again. And we're going to take a little curl. I'm going to reach back for the opposite foot and extend. So trying to keep that knee about hip height and extend. And let's do it one more time. Reach and extend. Set the hand down, set the knee down, and just take a quick little reset. If you want to rotate, roll out that wrist and forearm, the supporting hand, you can do that as well. All right, other side. We're going to inhale, exhale, left knee comes toward your nose. Extend that leg and hold. Reaching your right arm in opposition. Nice and long here, guys. Elbow to knee, curl and reset. And curl and reset. Really strong through that supporting hand. Now, hand comes behind your head, knee drops down to the floor. We're going to take that elbow down. Little hydrant. Lift, lift, and lift, and lift. Go ahead and take it back to extension. And little curl. Reach back, opposite hand to the toe. And extend. And reach. And extend. Try to keep that knee about hip height. Go ahead and set that hand down. Knee comes down. We'll take a quick little child's pose here. You can give those hands, wrist and forearms, a little break. All right. So we're going to come up into our down dog and do that single leg lift coming into pigeon. If you have kind of tight hips and you want to have a block or a pillow, or maybe a rolled up towel nearby if you need just a little prop under your hip. This would be a great time to grab that. We're gonna walk ourselves out, tabletop, turn the toes. We're gonna inhale, and on the exhale, I'm gonna round and go ahead and continue up and back into my downward facing dog. So remember, slightly externally rotated at the hips, pushing your chest toward your feet. Now I'm just gonna step my left foot a bit more to center, and I'm gonna extend through the right foot. We're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. I wanna think about this line down the back of my leg. Nice and strong here, guys. And bring it up, bend the knee, and open that hip. So maybe kind of point that knee more toward the ceiling and look under that arm. Now, I'm going to shift forward for a little knee hover and extend that leg up. Bring it in, knee hover, and extend it up. Now this time, knee hover, and we're going to take that little external rotation and down. Big lift. Bring it in, externally rotate, and down. Let's get one more like that, guys. Bring it in, externally rotate. Now, take that big lift, and this time, turn the foot to the inside. We're coming down for our pigeon, so take your time settling into this, lengthening through the top of the head. I want to think about this active spine lifting me up and back. Now, if you need a little bit of support under your right hip, feel free to help yourself out a little bit. We want to keep the hips square. If you need to, you can also kind of press, I usually press my knuckles into the floor to keep myself propped upright, just to give my wrists a little break. I also want to think about keeping active down this left leg, so really stretching out these hip flexors or psoas, so really extending through that foot. Nice and tall, sending those breaths into the tight spots. Now, I'm going to come forward into my forearms and just allow myself to recline into this front leg just a bit more. Just a little deeper stretch, relaxing through the hips and the glutes. You can rest all the way down if you'd like. Keeping this back leg active and strong. Bring yourself back up, replace the hands, turn that back toe under. We're going to take a really big lift, shifting up and back into our downward facing dog. I'm going to bring my right foot just a little closer to center. Left leg extends through the foot. We lift and lower. Now we're different on each side, so one side may feel a little more stretchy, maybe a little stronger, more coordinated. Nice and tall here, guys, through that leg. And we're going to take one more, lift and hold, bend the knee and open that hip. I'm going to look under the arms, get a little twisty. And we're going to shift this knee forward into a knee hover and extend it up. Knee hover and extend. Now this time knee hover, we add that little lift to the side and extend it back. Knee hover, out and up. Last one with that little rotation out. This time, bring the foot to the inside, setting up your pigeon, and feel free to adjust and kind of settle into this at your own pace, giving yourself that little prop under the hip if you need that, keeping your posture really tall. So think about actively lifting through the top of the head, shoulders down your back, shoulder blades down your back. Keeping the belly button drawn in tight. Active through this back leg, hip flexors really stretching. Now I'm going to take it down into my forearms, taking this little reclining pigeon, sinking a bit more into this front leg. And from here, we're just going to go ahead and bring this up, and I'm going to shift into my hip and drag my foot around. We're going to bring this to our seated position, and we're gonna go into a little half roll back. We're gonna reach out like I'm holding a ball. We're gonna inhale, exhale, half roll back. So I'm gonna scoop my belly, walk one leg up, other leg up, and we're gonna hold. If you need a little assistance, you can always hold right behind the knees. Keep breathing. Good inhale, good exhale, guys. Take one more breath cycle. Inhale. We're going to exhale the feet down, stretch forward, reach, and sit up tall. This time, alternately extending through the quadriceps. We're going to inhale, exhale, half roll back, one leg up, other leg up, and hold. Now remember, you can always come back here and give your legs some assistance if you need that. We're going to extend right, and then left, and right leg, and left. Really waking up those quadriceps. Right and left. Let's get one more each side, guys. Right and left. I'm going to take both feet up, squeeze those heels together, zip those thighs, reach the hands, and then take it down for a little stretch forward. Sitting up tall, give yourself a quick little release if you need that. All right, so this one, we're going to do the same thing with the legs, and we're going to alternately rotate. So just a little chop side to side. We're going to reach it out, inhale, exhale, half roll back, one leg up, other leg up, and hold. So I'm going to bring my knees together just a little bit for this one, and we're going to bring the hands together. I'm going to extend right, elbow pulls to the right, and then left, and right, and left, and right. Really strong, left, and right. Last one left, I'm sorry, last one right, last one left. Both feet up, squeeze, really tall, cross your ankles. Come on down and give yourself a little break. Let's bring this up nice and tall. We're going to extend those legs out. Zip the thighs together, and as we're going through these roll-ups, I want you to think about keeping the back of your legs really kind of active. So we're going to externally rotate, and I want to think about kind of using my glutes and my thighs to hold onto the floor. We'll start with a roll down. So we're going to reach out and come down one vertebra at a time. Nice and slow. Now, before we reach all the way back, I want to reach the arms just right over the heart. Scapular protraction and retraction. So I'm going to lift, reaching toward the ceiling, and then squeeze that little space between my shoulder blades. So I want to think about drawing my scapula together. Let's exhale as we reach. Inhale as we retract. Now, as I'm going through this, I want to also be thinking about this rib to hip connection. So keeping this strong abdominal connection and a little bit of a scoop through the belly as I kind of lower my low back into the mat. There is a little bit of a natural arch, but I don't want to smash it to the floor. Reach and lower. Let's get one more. Exhale, reach. Now inhale and lower. Now if you forgot about those legs, let's wake them back up. I want to squeeze those heels together. I want to really actively squeeze through the back of the legs. And I'm going to pop, or I'm going to reach these arms back, but I don't want to feel my rib cage lift. So if you feel it kind of lift up, that might be your spot to stop. We want to keep this connection. We're going to take an inhale, arms over the chest, exhale, and peel. Scoop the belly, keeping those legs really heavy, nice and long. Reach that forward fold. And we're going to sit up tall and take it down, one vertebra at a time. Squeeze those legs, arms float back. Let's inhale, lift, exhale, peel, reaching up, out, and over, long forward fold. Sit up tall, taking it down with control. Try to keep that belly scooped in tight, lower easy. Inhale, exhale, bring it up nice and slow, long forward fold. Sit up tall, take it down. All right, on this next one, we will add the saw. We'll inhale, reach, exhale, peel, up, out, and over. A big reach. And we're going to sit up tall. We're going to take one leg open, other leg open, and the arms reach out. We're going to twist, saw off your pinky toe with your pinky finger, and bring it up back to center. Other side, twist and reach, up and center. I'm going to walk one leg in, other leg in, Arms come together and we float this down. Super slow. Legs are active and reach. Let's inhale, exhale, scoop, reach, forward fold. Sit up tall. Let's open those arms first. This time you can open the legs at the same time if you'd like. You can always single it. We're going to twist and reach, up and center. Twist and reach, up and center. The legs come together, the arms come in, and we float this down with control. Arms reach back. Inhale, exhale. Scoop that belly, reach into that forward fold. Nice and long. Sit up tall, open those arms, straddle those legs, twist, reach, up, center. Twist, reach, up, and center. Legs slide in. Arms reach forward, and let's roll this down one vertebra at a time. Arms float back, and go ahead and circle those arms around. We're going to go into our abdominal series. So find position on your mat if you need to adjust your waistband. That one tends to walk my waistband down just a little bit. We are going to float the knees into the chest. Take a moment here. Give your low back and glutes a quick little stretch if you need that. Point and flex through the foot. If you point your toes a lot throughout class, you can find your calves and your arches might get a little tired and they might get on the verge of a cramp. So every now and then give those feet and ankles a little break. All right, so starting off with our ab series, we're going to start with the knees in. I'm going to bring myself to forward flexion. So looking toward my belly, right leg stays, left leg reaches long. Inhale on the right side, exhale on the left. Inhale, exhale. Now I'm switching my hands as I switch my legs. Outside hand to ankle, inside hand to knee. Inhale, exhale, keep that breath moving. Two more, each side. Last one. And we're going to pull both knees into the chest, no break. We're going to extend both arms and legs really long. Circle the arms, knees float in. And reach, and circle, and reach, and circle. Now, as I go through this, I want to try to float my feet out and in on the same level as my knees. So try not to let those heels drag. Pull it around and big reach. Now adding something on. I'm going to reach and hold. 3 little heel beats. 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Reach and hold. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze those inner thighs on those beats. 3, 2, 1. Last one, guys. Reach and hold. 3, 2, 1. Knees in, head down. Take a little break. Neck rotation, flexion, extension through the foot and ankle if you need that. All right. Next up are our straight legs. So I'm going to take these legs, reach them up, and I want to think about really engaging my quadriceps as I stretch through the back of the leg, my hamstrings. So a lot of times when we do these, this feels mostly straight, but there's still a little more in there so we can get those legs just a little straighter. We're going to be scissoring those legs, so we're actively engaging our psoas, and we're also going to do a little bit of active flexibility work. So starting off, we're going to bring this into a forward flexion. I'm going to bring my right leg in, left leg away. So I'm helping this leg toward me. So this is more of a passive. So pulling into that stretch, inhale, switch, exhale. I'm going to do a little pulse, 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 pulse. Inhale, exhale, nice and long. Inhale, exhale. My head and shoulders are forward, abdominals are engaged. Now, you can stay with this with the hand behind the calf, helping that little stretch, or reach it up and pull that leg to the space between your hands. Active flexibility, lift, lift. Long straight legs, come on guys. And 3, and 2. Last one. We're gonna pull both knees into the chest, lower the head, and give yourself a little neck rotation. Next up is our double straight leg stretch, but I always like to do this in the modified position first. You can always come back to this if you need that. I'm going to stack my knees over my hips and bring this into forward flexion. So I'm just going to support my head behind, my hands behind my head. We are going to dip and bring it up. I want to try to maintain this little 90-degree angle. I don't want to drop my heels to my booty. So we're going to lower and bring it up. Now you can stick with this, the bent knees, or take those long lever legs. I'm going to turn my toes out to Pilates stance, so heels are turned together, knees are turned out, and we lower and we lift. And you can take it out just as low as you feel. So if it's more like 45 degrees, feel free, do what you need. And inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. Keep it strong. Inhale down, exhale up. One more. And up, knees in, head down. Take a little break. All right, last in our ab series is our crisscross. So we're getting this rotation across the body, and you'll see this in pretty much every ab class, and people are pulling their elbows across. I want to keep my elbows out. I want to think about pulling my shoulder across toward my knee and getting that really big twist. So we're going to start off with one hand on top of the other, back of the hands against the forehead. I'm going to keep my knees in this tuck position and lift into forward flexion. Extend the left and turn the left shoulder toward the right knee and switch. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Two more each side, guys. Last one, pull it in and take it down. Give yourself just a quick little release if you need that. I'm going to bring my hands behind my knees. We're going to push, pull, coming up to balance for rolling like a ball. So finding this balance point between your tailbone and your sits bones, and the feet won't touch the floor, or we don't want them to touch the floor. I'm holding at the shins, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, I'm just going to round it back, bring it up, and put on the brakes. Try not to let those feet touch. And inhale back, and exhale up. Now, if you're still kind of new to this or need a little bit of a kick for momentum, that is okay, but eventually we want that to go away. All right, so we're going to inhale back and exhale up and float it back and float it up. One more, guys. And inhale back, exhale up. Now, I am going to go ahead and extend my legs to this little modified tabletop. We're going to go into an open leg rocker. Similar concept, but now the legs are in a slightly different position and the knees are a bit more open. And I'm just holding behind the calf, or you can even reach down for the ankles. We are going to rock it and catch it, bring it up and stop. So inhale back, exhale up, nice and tall. And inhale back and exhale up. All right, so I'm going to slide my right hand down to my right ankle and extend that leg. I'm going to extend down to that left ankle and extend that leg. Now, if you need to kind of alternate here at the beginning to kind of get that position, we're eventually going to end up here in this V-sit. So I want to sit up kind of tall, shoulders back, heart forward, and my legs are in this open V. We're going to rock it back and bring it to this position. So we're going to inhale back, exhale up, and find that balance at the top. It's a little wobbly, maybe first couple of times. Inhale back, exhale up, nice and tall. Inhale back, and exhale up. Shoulder blades down your back. All right, so let's remember this open leg rocker. We're going to come back to it in just a little bit. We're going to be doing some teasers, and I like to add the open leg rocker at the end of that teaser. I think those two just go together really nice, so kind of mix it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and let me see. All right, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started on some of those teasers because I'm going to work this up in levels. We're going to take this all the way back, head and shoulders down the floor. So we're going to start with our teaser prep. So the feet are on the floor, but they're not too close. So once you kind of get up into position, you'll see where you need those feet to be. So starting off a bit like our roll up, we're going to reach the arms, and you can slightly retract the scapula, float the arms back. I don't want to pop the ribs. Now we're going to inhale, lift the head and shoulders, exhale, and peel. I don't want to come all the way forward. I want to stay back on a little bit of an angle, keep some work happening. I want to keep these abs engaged, and we're going to lower really slow and controlled. Do that again. We're going to inhale and exhale. If you need, you can always grab behind the legs and kind of assist yourself up and then come down unassisted. Let's do one more teaser prep, guys. Inhale and exhale, lift. And we're gonna lower with control. All right, so I'm going to walk my knees and feet together, and just like we did with those alternating extensions in our warm-up, extend and hold the right leg. Reach the arms. We're not gonna pop those rib cages. We're going to inhale, reach, exhale, peel. I'm gonna hold right here at the calf. Open up through that left arm, or excuse me, right arm, shoulder, chest. Take your gaze over this back hand, back to center, switch, and lower this down with control. Keep this leg in place. Ready? Inhale, exhale, and I'm just gonna hold, open, twist. Think about this stretch to the front of the shoulder, front of the arm, and back to center. Switch and lower. And let's inhale, exhale, and open, holding or not holding. A little more challenge, keep that leg in place. Back to center, switch, and lower. Left leg stays waiting for us. Inhale, exhale, and open, big twist. Back to center, switch, and lower. Let's take one more each side, guys. Inhale, exhale, and open. Back to center, switch, lower it down. And last one here, inhale, exhale, and open, nice and long. Back to center, one last switch, lower with control, arms reach back. I'm gonna walk those knees in, take a quick little break. All right, so just to kind of mix it up a little bit, we're still doing teasers, but I want to do just a little inner thigh work. I did this earlier today, and I just kind of like these. We're going to extend these legs up, and we're just going to take a nice big open straddle, and then pull it up. And as I pull it up, I want to really engage my inner thighs, my adductors, and squeeze those legs up. So we're going to take it out and squeeze it up. Take it out and squeeze it up. Now I'm adding a little pulse at the bottom. You can if you want. And take it out. Now this time, no pulse, but I'm going to hold it out, and I'm going to pinpoint toes together and open and squeeze it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of forward flexion. So I'm going to look toward my belly. You can support your head if you'd like. So we're going to go out, pinpoint, out, up, out, point, out, up, out, together, out, and up. Really strong. Point, out, and up. Two more. Out, point, out, and up. One more. Out, point, out, and up. I'm going to lower with control. All right, so we're going to go into our next teaser. And this next one is, I started off as a push-pull. So we're giving ourselves just that little bit of assistance. Hands come behind the knees. And just like we pulled up for our rolling like a ball, I'm going to inhale, and on the exhale, I'm going to lift the head and shoulders, push the knees into the hands as I pull myself up into this tabletop. Now you can stay with this modified tabletop position or extend into the V, reaching those arms, lower with control, knees float in. Now you can reach those arms around and push, pull, or the arms reach. We inhale, exhale into your modified V or full V, reach or teaser, and then take it down with control, arms float back. Inhale, exhale, nice and long, squeeze those thighs, lower with control, knees in, arms back. Two more, inhale, exhale, now you can stay here or add a lower and lift. Lower the torso, knees float in. One more like that. We're going to inhale, exhale, and lower and lift. Lower the torso, knees in, and take a quick little break. All right, so one more set of our teasers, and we're going to do our open leg rocker. So you're going to come up, you're going to go into your teaser, you're going to open the legs, catch, rock it back, bring it up, come back into your teaser, and then lower with control. All right, so if you don't want to do the rocker, you can actually just kind of hold the teaser, that V-sit, you can just hold it. But I kind of like the rocker. So we're gonna take the knees, just bend the knees over the hips, and we're gonna inhale, reach, exhale, peel, come up. I've separated my legs, grab the ankles, rock it, catch it, feet together. Hold those legs there, reach, lower down, knees in, arms reach. Let's inhale, exhale, catch those legs, rock it, catch it, feet together, reach, lower down, knees in. One more, guys. Inhale, exhale, catch, rock and catch. Now, I'm going to hold it here, but I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left. I'm going to reach it up and then set the feet all the way down. This is that little twisty thing I was talking about at the beginning. I've got my right foot crossed over my left. I'm going to twist my left hand all the way around and then lift and come around, shifting into a downward facing dog. So if it takes you a couple of hand repositions to get there, that works too. Now I'm going to walk my right hand across and then twist, bring it down. Now my left foot is crossed in front. We're going to take that little cross-leg teaser, sit it down, bring that right arm around and lift, coming up into your downward facing dog. So I'm kind of moving those hands and shifting and adjusting. Now left hand comes over and we bring this around to sit. Cross leg teaser, reach it up, or you can stop in the modified position. Sit it down to the floor. Take that left hand around, lift, coming up and over, big stretch, and walk that right hand over, come down, and lift. Last one, guys. Set it down. I'm going to take that right hand around, shift, coming up into my down dog. Hold it here just for a moment. Now, walk it forward into your plank. Hold it here. Lower, very slow. 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to rotate out onto my left side. I'm facing you, and we're going to go into just a little side kick series. So I'm lining my body up with the back edge of my mat. I'm going to extend my legs more about a 45-degree angle. I want to keep this bottom leg active. Now this hand can come under and support your head, or you can lay your head down on your arm. I want to keep my hips stacked, and I'm going to try to bring, I'm not going to try, I'm going to bring this leg to hip height. We're going to flex the foot. I'm going to kick forward pulse, point back just to where I'm about in alignment, and squeeze. I want to kick forward pulse, point back and squeeze. Keep those hips stacked. Kick forward pulse, point back and squeeze. Kick forward pulse, point back and squeeze. One more, guys. Kick forward pulse, point back and squeeze. Hover that top leg and circle forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now externally rotate. Heels are together, toes are in that little V. I'm going to point to my knee, point up, flex, down. So get a little footwork there. So it's a point, point, and flex. Point, point, and flex. Point, point, and flex. One more this direction. Now point the toe, kick up, point to your knee, and push the foot out. So kick, point, flex. Kick, point, and flex. Try to keep those hips stacked. One more. Kick, point, and flex. Keeping that foot in the flex position and externally rotated. We're going to tap 3 times to the front, 3 times to the back. So heel, 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 heel. Nice and long through that heel. So think about a lot of energy through that foot. Heel, 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 and heel, heel, heel. One more. Heel, heel, heel. Now, I'm going to just lift this leg and hold it about hip height. I'm going to shift my bottom leg under. I'm going to engage my inner thighs to come up to squeeze, 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 squeeze. Keep this leg in place. Squeeze, squeeze. One more. Squeeze. Lower. Bring those knees in. Give yourself a little pat. Shift this over to the other side, please. So I'm setting myself up along the back edge of my mat, aligning myself with my mat, and extending my legs off a little angle. I want to make sure that my hips are stacked. You can bring this top arm over for support if you need that. Okay, so we're going to bring this top leg up. I'm going to flex the foot, kick, forward pulse, point back to alignment and squeeze. Kick, forward pulse, point back and squeeze. Nice and long. Forward pulse, point back and squeeze. Kick, forward pulse, point back and squeeze. Two more. Nice and long. All right, so we're going to stack this top leg over the bottom supporting leg, little support or little circles, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reverse. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Externally rotate so the heels are together, toes are in that Pilates, or the turnout, little Pilates stance. Point, point, flex down. Point, point, flex down. Point, point, flex down. Nice and long here, guys. Let's go ahead and reverse that. Point the toe, kick up, point to the knee, flex. Kick, point, flex. Kick, point, flex. And last one here. Keep the foot flexed. 3 little beats to the front, 3 to the back. And heel, 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 heel. Scoot that belly, keep those hips stacked. One more. And stack this leg, just keep it in alignment with the hip. The bottom leg comes right underneath and we squeeze it up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep it solid, keep it strong. Squeeze, one more. And lower, pull it in. Good job. Let's go ahead and bring this up over. And I'm just gonna sit my hips over my heels. If you prefer to sit cross-legged, totally fine. We're gonna take a little side body stretch. So I'm gonna just reach my arm out and let my hip shift. So if you're sitting in this position, you can actually get that little hip shift. If you're sitting cross-legged, you wanna keep that knee down. Bring it up and over. Take it to the other side. And bring it down. One more each side. And nice little reach. And bring it back to center. I'm going to take my hands, palms press forward, scoop the belly, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, palms together and back. I want to push my knuckles toward the floor. Think about opening through the shoulders and the chest. Now just leaning forward to come up onto the ball of the foot. Shift your weight back and let your heels settle. I'm going to keep my fingertips on the floor and I'm just going to lift my tailbone, separate the feet, and take this little forward fold. You can bend and straighten, pedal through the legs, anything you need. I'm going to shake my head no and just relax the neck a bit. Both heels press down. Soften the knees, slide the hands up, and let's unfold. One vertebra at a time, coming up super slow. Head and shoulders stack tall. Take a big inhale. And exhale, open. Thank you very much, guys. Happy Wednesday.